Bought a lemon from a car salesman who had been previously accused of misleading customers. Now she wants her money back or a different car. But did she agree to buy the junker by failing to read the fine print on the contract?
Pittsburgh's Action News 4 investigative reporter Paul Van Osdol looks into this for us. Paul.
Well, that's right. Asia Allen of McKeesport spent $6,000 on a car only to find out it was unsafe to drive and needed $6,000 in repairs. But what really made her angry was learning the background of the people who sold her the car. She didn't find out until after it was too late, after she agreed to buy the car as is. Asia Allen still has the Nissan Altima that she bought from Quality Automotive in Elizabeth earlier this year, but she hardly ever drives it.
This car is totally unsafe. I'm not supposed to be driving it.
Don't take her word for it. After she bought the car, she took it to a Nissan dealer that inspected it and found the cradle is rotted through and the car is completely unsafe to be driven. They quoted her $6,600 just to make the car drivable, and that was just weeks after she paid $6,200 to buy it. She says she begged Quality Automotive to return her money or give her a different car.
He knew I had 4 kids. Like, I drive around in this vehicle. I put money into it, and they were saying it's your problem. There's nothing we can do about it. We don't plan on fixing it.
Quality Automotive may have taken that position because Asia signed this sales agreement that specifies the car was being sold as is. Asia went to court and filed a complaint alleging Quality Automotive sold her a car that couldn't pass inspection. The court issued a default judgment against Quality for $6,800. And she went to the state police, who filed a citation against salesman Wallace Murphy, Jr., for giving her a blank title for the car. I called Quality Automotive to ask them about the citations and the judgment, but salesman Wallace Murphy refused to talk to me. So, Action News Investigates decided to pay them a visit. Yeah, Mr. Murphy. Yeah, Paul Van Osdol from Channel 4, sir.
Not interested, no.
Can you tell me about what happened with this Allen? Can you tell me what your... Just last year, Murphy was named in this complaint filed by the Attorney General against Big Daddy Auto Sales in Uniontown. Murphy and 2 others associated with Big Daddy were accused of multiple offenses, among them failing to disclose to consumers certain conditions or defects that would have rendered the vehicle unable to pass inspection. Also, Action News Investigates has learned police later cited Murphy in another case where he promised a customer that a car would be under warranty, and it was not. Murphy was fined $1,000 and is currently making payments on that fine. After the complaint was filed, Big Daddy shut down. About that same time, Quality Automotive opened up and hired Murphy. At Quality Automotive, Asia Allen says she dealt with both Murphy and his former Big Daddy colleague, Terry Van Dyke. So Wallace Murphy and Terry Van Dyke were both at Quality Automotive?
Yes.
Yeah, Terry, Paul Van Osdol from Channel 4. Action News Investigates called Van Dyke at the same number from which Asia Allen received text messages about her car purchase. Van Dyke, seen here wearing a shirt with the Quality Automotive logo, denied having anything to do with the dealership. You don't know why Asia Allen would have been contacting you and why you would have been contacting her about her vehicle that she bought at Quality Automotive. Hello? Quality Automotive owner John Tomchek declined to comment about Asia Allen's legal claim. Consumers would have a hard time finding out about the history of citations by car salesman Wallace Murphy because the State Vehicle Board database shows he has a clean record. State police tell me when they issued this citation to Murphy in May, they referred him to the Vehicle Board. A board spokesperson could not confirm or deny whether there is a pending investigation, nor could they say whether Murphy was investigated after the Attorney General's office filed its complaint last year against him and others involved with Big Daddy. State Representative Pam Snyder, a member of the Consumer Affairs Committee, is concerned about the lack of enforcement.
Who's taking the brunt of that? The consumer. So yes, I think there probably does need to be more oversight.
There should be some sort of accountability across the board where everyone should be held accountable.
Now, since Action News Investigates got involved, Asia tells us Murphy is working with her on behalf of Quality Automotive to get her a different car. As for Big Daddy Auto Sales, the Attorney General's lawsuit against it and the individuals associated with Big Daddy is still pending. A spokesperson for the AG says they are still trying to work out a consent agreement. The AG's office has asked Asia Allen for copies of those text messages between her and Terry Van Dyke, the former Big Daddy official. Paul Van Osdol, Pittsburgh's Action News 4.